The Minecraft speedrunning community has seen an unbelievable amount of action in the last few weeks alone. We've seen the fastest paced run ever by Crooks, almost shattering the world record by 2 minutes. We've seen runners get insanely fast times, some runners getting right on the brink of sub 10. We've even seen a new world record, or 2. I guess that's for you to decide. But either way, there's no denying how active the community is at the moment, and just imagining what we could see in the near future is breathtaking. Focusing on the present though, I would like to introduce No Fear 1337. Now, I've only mentioned this name on my channel once before, but if you know me well, you would know how long I've wanted to make a video on No Fear 4, and what he did on the 21st of August finally gave me a reason to do so. After No Fear, almost every day, if not multiple times, constantly without fail, pulled out run after run, top time after top time, game-breaking moment after game-breaking moment, he finally pulled out a sub 10 for himself. Not only that, but putting him in the top 3 worldwide. This is the story of one of the most insane runners we've ever seen, and the most deserved run at that. This is No Fear 1337's 923. I don't think No Fear is an unknown player to any relatively committed community member, because for the last year now, he's been showing immense skill all throughout the board, and in the last 6 months, getting on multiple runs a week. In August alone, he's uploaded 12 runs to YouTube. That's a run every 48 hours, and fast runs at that. If you speedrun yourself, you probably know that it can be difficult to get on pace, which is what makes No Fear's commitment something else. With top skills, fast runs, and consistency all in one, is how he managed to pull out the run he did. Running with 9 instances, No Fear quickly found a good enough looking world at the bottom right of his screen. Spawning on a beach, he decided to go for mapless buried treasure, scanning around with his pie chart for block entities, and quickly finding it exposed at the bottom of the ocean. The chest contained iron, gold, food, and TNT. He went back to land and used the TNT obtained and paired it up with a pressure plate made from gold to light it up and explode the nearby area. The items dropped on the TNT's explosion would help No Fear immensely, giving him a ton of building blocks and wood to craft his tools, doing exactly that. By just under a minute, he was going off to find an enter, where he swam down into the cave where he found the treasure earlier on, and as he swam a little further, it opened out into a regular cave, where he quickly found a lava pool, building his portal and entering the nether at 1 minute and 30 seconds. For comparison, I'll be using Hyreinax's category destroying speedrun as I've liked to refer to it as in the past, where in this run, he entered the nether a little later at 1 minute and 50 seconds. In Hyreinax's run, as he entered the nether, he spawned right by a housing type bastion, getting straight to work on his piglin trades. Being eerily similar to that, No Fear spawned right by a bastion too, this time being stables. Now, normally housing would have the edge on stables for consistency if you choose the ideal route of manhunt, as well as stables being comprised of good and bad gaps, giving only a 25% chance of actually having a solid amount of gold. But in terms of speed, with how runners have evolved ever since even just Hyreinax's run, it almost doesn't matter what type of bastion you happen to get. The majority of the time, you'll end up with similar time splits. No Fear enters the bastion at a little under 2 minutes and runs over to the ramparts, checking around for signs of a good gap, and as he finds one, he heads over for it. He breaks a gilded blackstone, which aggravates the nearby piglins, following him down to the lower section of the bastion. At a certain point, he blocks the piglin access over to him and sets up a room for his piglin trades, setting them back free and trapping them, leaving them to do their trades. By 3 minutes and 20 seconds, he was secure on trades, except for one obsidian, but with a quick looting around the bastion, he obtained that said obsidian. At 3:45, he was pearling off into the direction of the fortress which he determined earlier using the pie chart on his F3 screen. While Xylinox is now on a faster pace than Nofia, the distances between each other's fortresses was quite the ways different. With just one more pearl throw, Nofia arrived at the fortress at the exact same time as Xylinox did. He lowers his render to increase spawns to speed up the process of collecting blaze rods. On top of that, he'll only need to gather 5 rods, rather than the typical 6 top runners get, since with the 2 pearl throws that he used to get to the fortress, that put him down to only 10 pearls, being a bit risky but a necessary play, and saves overall time if he gets lucky enough for 2i in the stronghold, which isn't all that uncommon. Moving on, he kills his first blaze and gets a rod, with a 50% chance of blazes actually being able to drop said rods. His luck continues, with the next 2 blazes dropping rods. It wouldn't be until his 4th blaze where he lucked out, but his 5th made up for that. With him running out of strays to kill, he opted out for a blaze spawner instead, his axe unfortunately breaking mid-fight, but with a few crits of his pickaxe, he collected his 5th rod, and at 5:25 he was exiting the nether. Back to Xylinox. He's now back behind Nofia, but with the 100 block blind Xylinox had, that gives him the edge over Nofia. In theory, anyway. So much has been revolutionised with the time it takes to reach the stronghold since Xylinox's run, from plenty of variations to the long-known calculated travel, to the eventual unbanning of calculators. In Nofia's case, he didn't have the ability to travel between 2 portals, with the lack of obsidian, and after using the Ninja Brain bot, a type of calculator I just mentioned being unbanned, he learned that the stronghold was over 900 blocks away, which will definitely make a dent in his timer and cost him a lot of precious time for travel to the stronghold. To save a little bit of the long travel, he teamed up with a dolphin, granting him the dolphin's grace effect, giving him the ability to swim faster, shortening a 900 block travel to what feels like a 300 block travel, arriving at an ocean exposed portal room after just a minute-long swim. At 7 minutes and 25 seconds, he entered the portal room, and after a quick death reset to rid him of his mining fatigue that he got earlier by passing a monument, he was entering the end at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Believe it or not, Nofia has been on much faster pace before. So fast, in fact, that he entered the portal room of the stronghold at 7 minutes flat, but got sniped by a skeleton, causing the run to end. But if he were to have entered the end, he would have at the time set the record of around 7:10. But 7:50, while it's an entire 40 seconds slower, is still nothing to scoff about. Without a pearl, he just ran his way all the way over to the end fountain, where he immediately got in position for the dragon to perch, as he pre-crafted his beds before he entered the end. All he has to do now is wait, and when the dragon perches, he'll rush in for the victory. The amount of people that speedrun Minecraft is ridiculous at this point, with a large amount of runners leave a large amount of somewhat unrecognised or completely unknown. And when one of these runners show the level they really are, it's a sight to behold. And here Nofia is, getting his first of many sub-10s, putting himself in the top 3 worldwide, with a final time of 9 minutes and 23 seconds. Make sure to subscribe to Nofia. The love for him is so needed and so deserved, and he's nearing to 500 subscribers too, which is a pretty big milestone, so make sure you get him to that as soon as possible. I also want to give a huge thank you for the support recently. It truly means the world. I've just gotten my first video with over 10,000 views, and at time of recording, it's sitting at 16,000. And as well as that, I've just hit 2,000 subscribers, which just makes me so happy to see that you guys are enjoying these videos. Videos are only getting better, and my goal of 10,000 subscribers this year is slowly becoming a reality. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see all of you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.